Hello everyone, welcome to this little bonus episode of the Evolution of Horror. It's me, your host, Mike Munzer. I'm currently sat in a hotel room in Manchester because today we have officially kicked off our Evolution of Horror tour. We are going to be all over the UK over the next 10 or 12 days. We're here in Manchester at Grimmfest over the next few days, and then we're hitting Liverpool, Edinburgh, Newcastle, York, Leeds, Reading, London, and a bunch of other places. Very exciting. Please do head on over to evolutionofhorror.com/events. If you live particularly in the north of England, but anywhere around the UK, we might be coming to a venue near you for a special screening of something awesome and terrifying this month. Every screening will be accompanied by me and special guests doing a little live panel and podcast discussion of the movie afterwards. So I'd love to be able to meet as many listeners as possible on this tour. But I thought also we'd take this opportunity to talk a little bit about Grimmfest. Now, Grimmfest is one of the biggest horror festivals in the UK. It happens in Manchester every year. This is the first time I've been to Grimmfest, so I'm really, really excited. So we're going to have a little chat through the program, talk about some of these movies, maybe some of the ones that we've already seen or some of the ones that we are most excited about. And I'm here joined in my hotel room by a very special guest, friend of the pod, Brad Hanson. Hello, Brad.
Hello.
Thank you for joining me here in slightly bleak, rainy Manchester right now.
Yes, it's pretty bleak and dour. I actually realised this is the first time we've podcasted in person since 2019.
What? Is that true? Oh my God, that's absolutely insane. Well, it's a pleasure to have you here, just perched on the end of my hotel room bed with me, Bradley. Thank you for being here. It's going to be such a fun weekend, so we're going to run through some of the events that we're most looking forward to. Maybe we should start by saying that actually tonight, in a few hours' time, me and you are going to be hosting the opening night pub quiz at the Lion's Den pub in Manchester, which I can't wait for. Now, sadly, it was supposed to be me, you, and Becky hosting together, but Becky is just getting over COVID, so it's just the two of us, Bradley.
Yeah, thanks for that, Bex.
Yeah, thanks a lot. But it'll be good. We're excited. It's going to be fun to see people there. And we thought we'd just have a little run through the programme, right? Because you've seen a few of them. I've seen, I think, one of them. And we can talk generally about what they've got coming up. So we're going to kick things off with the opening night film, Suitable Flesh. Brad, tell us about this one.
So this is directed by genre heavyweight Joe Lynch. And is, from my understanding, because unfortunately neither of us have watched it yet, but I'm going to go and watch it in about 2 hours' time, so I'm very excited about that. But this is apparently a Lovecraftian, sexy, body swap erotic thriller in the vein of Skinamax films from the 1980s and 1990s. So, you know, as a porn aficionado, this sounds right up my alley. And this obviously stars Barbara Crampton and Heather Graham.
I love this. Yeah, Barbara Crampton, Heather Graham. Yeah, Joe Lynch, who is, like you say, he's quite a genre heavyweight. He's always got kind of favourites at these sorts of genre festivals, hasn't he? And yeah, you can't go wrong with Barbara Crampton. And Barbara Crampton's also a producer as well. So that's going to be good fun. I'm looking forward to that one. I know that it's played at a few festivals already. People have really enjoyed it. So that's kind of the big opening night film. And then from tomorrow, there's going to be a shorts programme. And then we're kicking things off with a film called Pandemonium. Are you aware of this one, Brad? Have you seen this one yet? Tell us about this one.
So this is directed by Quarks, who did a film from a couple of years ago called All the Gods in the Sky, which is this very experimental and weird sort of time travel type thing. This one involves two gentlemen being involved in a car accident and then strange things occur. Once again, one I haven't had the chance to see yet, but very excited to see it sort of tomorrow afternoon.
Quarks. He had something to do with The Northman with Robert Eggers too, I believe. Does he do music or something like that as well? Yeah, I think he worked with Bjork and they worked on the Northman together. But that's very exciting. That sounds good. Nathan and Daniel wake up at the scene of a car crash, confused and seemingly unscathed. The two begin to understand that they did not make it after all. Ooh, okay. All right, so that's Pandemonium, which kicks off the day. After that, Mother Superior. 1975, Rosencruz Manor. A nurse and her eccentric patient are bound together by a shared longing. The old lady's memory contains the secret to Sigrun's past. The young woman's life holds the key to the future for the Baroness. So nun horror, is it? Nun horror?
It's basically, yeah, I think it's going to be some religious horror. I think it's one of many, actually, this year, Spanish horror films. There's quite a Spanish contingent being represented here at Grimmfest, along with, obviously, the J-horrors that we'll get onto that you're going to be covering over the festival. Also, tomorrow, we've got The Sacrifice Game, which is the new film from Jen Wexler, who did a film called The Ranger.
Yes.
I believe this is a Christmas holiday type movie. Once again, I've saved this one. I saved a lot of films for Grimmfest because I've had a lot of opportunities to watch these films, but such was my commitment to the bit. I'm looking forward to seeing this tomorrow, but I've heard it's an impressive sophomore feature from old Jen Wexler.
Love that. Yeah, this is exciting. I mean, I always love a Christmassy film. Jen Wexler's good, and this movie this looks good. This looks fun. I'm excited for that one. So that's The Sacrifice Game. After that, we've got Faceless After Dark, which again I know has played at several other festivals, right? And I've heard a lot of good things about. This is the one that's sort of loosely based on the actress who was in the Terrifier movies, right?
Yeah, basically, I think she dealt with some toxic fandom after Terrifier. I wonder why. Yeah. And I think she maybe had even like a stalker, and it's based off the experiences of her kind of being relentlessly pursued by some fucking neckbeard freak, probably. Amazing. Love that. So that is Faceless After Dark. Now, also, this is very exciting. At 8 p.m. on the Friday here at Grimmfest, we're getting a special Adam Robinson live performance. This is actually going to be in a separate venue. It's going to be at the Lion's Den pub upstairs, and he is going to be performing his show Haunted, which is brilliant. I have seen it live already, and I will be seeing it a second time because I absolutely loved it. If you can, grab yourself a ticket for that one before they sell out. So this is basically Adam. For people who don't know, he does kind of live ghost story readings and performances on stage. This is two kind of classic ghost stories, The Monkey's Paw by W.W. Jacobs and The Upper Berth by F. Marion Crawford. Both stories are really genuinely scary, and Adam tells them in such a brilliant, compelling, atmospheric way. I loved it. I was completely captivated and genuinely quite freaked out as well by this performance. So massive recommend to anyone who's in Manchester this weekend. Come along and see Haunted. That's on Friday night. That's Friday the 6th at 8 p.m. And then finally at 10:15 p.m, this is the film that we are going to be hosting. I'm going to be hosting panel for this one afterwards. Not really a J-horror, but a Japanese horror movie called Love Will Tear Us Apart. Koki is bullied by other students at elementary school, and Wakaba, who can't stand it, protects Koki from the other students. But Wakaba is also bullied at school, but then strange incidents start happening and continue to do so as these characters grow into adulthood. So this is such a weird film, but it's basically a story of these two kids who fall in love, and then nasty things start to happen to them, and it keeps jumping through time, and as they get older, more and more nasty things start happening to them. There's kind of a slasher in the woods element to it. There's even a fucking mad martial arts element to it. There's a kind of detective thriller element to it. It's absolutely insane. It's fun though. I think that'll be fun. Will you be watching that one at 10:15 p.m, Brad? I will be there.
It's good. It's really, really fun. Worth a watch. Come along to that if you can. That's Love Will Tear Us Apart. And then on the Saturday, any highlights for you or anything you want to shout for the Saturday, Bradley?
Now, at the moment, I haven't managed to catch any of the... that's a lie. I don't know why I'm lying to you. I've heard amazing things about The Coffee Table, which has a very unassuming name, but I'm told from several very clued up people that this is like dark and evil shit, despite having a very misnomer title. Once again, I think there's another one of the Spanish contingent. It's played a few festivals, and I believe Mitch from Soho Horror Festival is dying for me to watch this film because he wants to hear my thoughts on how acerbic and weird this apparently gets.
Wow. Grimmfest says for this one, not exactly a horror film, but nevertheless utterly horrific, which starts as a sour black comedy before spiraling into a suffocating nightmare of desperate deception and guilt. Sounds like right up your street, Bradley. Perfect. Lovely. What else have you got? Anything else you want to mention?
I understand Saturday, they'll be doing a 30-minute panel and screening of Give Me an A, which I believe is an anthology of 16 brand new shorts tackling the abortion issue since Roe versus Wade got overturned. So I understand that, as I say, it's a portmanteau film of 16 of these shorts, and then afterwards Monstrous Flesh will be doing a 30-minute sort of salon panel where they discuss and dissect I'm guessing the horrible stuff we're going to be confronted with.
Oh, that sounds great. Okay, excellent. That sounds worth a watch. So that's at 5:35 p.m. on the Saturday. Give Me an A plus panel. Anything else from that day you want to talk about? Deleter?
Yes, the late night entry on Saturday night is a film called Deleter, which is a Taiwanese film or Filipino film, sorry, apologies. And this involves sort of a content moderator who's going through and sifting out all the kind of dark and malevolent content that's being uploaded onto a platform, and it starts turning into this kind of psychological thriller in which some of the things that she starts to see starts to have a real dramatic impact on her. I'm halfway through this film already, and it's very engaging.
Love that. I've heard about this one as well. It sounds really interesting. I can't wait for that. So that's Deleter. That's the late night film on the Saturday. And then, yeah, I don't know how our poor livers are going to be by the Sunday, Bradley, but is there anything that we are particularly looking forward to on the Sunday?
I haven't seen Evil Eye or Auxilio yet, and I've heard good things about them. But I think the thing I'm most looking forward to doing is watching Door.
Yes, Door is this, we've talked about it before briefly on the podcast and we've plugged it, but this is the kind of lost Japanese horror film from 1989, I believe, and it's never ever been shown in the UK. And it just sounds like an absolutely crazy, intense, I think, home invasion movie. A lot of people have got in touch and was like, this is a movie you need to see and cover. Really excited for it. At this point, I still haven't seen it, but I am actually going to be hosting a panel discussion of it. So I should probably watch that in a minute, actually. But from what everyone has told me, it's apparently excellent. So yeah, very much looking forward to that. That's Door. And then we're going to be finishing with 8 Found Dead and Abruptio. Any thoughts on these two, Bradley?
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to see these two already because I have to get a train home. So I've already seen these two. So Travis Green's 8 Found Dead is a kind of comedy slasher in which people arrive at a house, and I'll let you fill in the blank how many people get found dead, but a few, and then finishing up the festival, Abruptio. What the fuck is this? Honestly, it is one of the weirdest films I've ever seen. It's kind of like a gumshoe, like LA noir, like Under the Silver Lake and the kind of Lynchian type LA stories. It's kind of like that, except all the characters are played by puppets, but like people puppets. So it's a person with like a puppet head on it. There's an amazing cast involved in this film. Robert Englund, Sid Haig, some really big sort of genre titans. It's a film directed by a guy called Evan Marlowe. I watched it a couple of days ago, and can I tell you what it's about?
Yeah.
No.
Right.
It's a nightmare. There's some really dark shit in it, and obviously because they're puppets, you can kind of get away with doing even more fucked up stuff and there's a subplot with aliens, and it defies classification, and certainly an interesting one for Grimmfest to go out on as their final film.
This is mental. So is it that all these people are actually in it, or is it just that there are puppets of... right, so they're voiced by them. Wow, a voice cast including James Marsden, Jordan Peele, Sid Haig and Robert Englund. That's mad. Wow, I can't wait. Yeah, they've said it's like Jerry Anderson meets Philip K. Dick with the self-awareness of Charlie Kaufman. Interesting. All right. Well, there you go. That sounds like a fun one to end on. I love that. Yeah, I was going to ask you, do you have one title in particular that you're kind of most excited about that you want to shout about over all the others?
I would say the film I'm most looking forward to seeing is The Coffee Table, just simply by virtue that Stevie Webb's seen it and told me it's insane, and a lot of other people who I respect their opinions of have told me how interesting this film's going to be. Plus, it's like in that perfect like mid-festival sandwich where I'm going to really need something to like kick me in the arse and wake me back up, because it's normally around the Saturday, as any good festival goer knows, that you start to have that crisis of faith where you think, why have I done this? What's the point of any of this? Why am I alive? alive, and I'm really hoping that the coffee table perks me up.
I love the perks. Very good. Very good. Yeah, I'm right there with you. That one, just from hearing you describe it, that is the one I'm very much looking forward to. So I love it. Well, Bradley, we will try, if we can, to do a bit of coverage over the weekend, although it's going to be a busy weekend. Will our bodies be able to take it? I don't know. We'll hope for the best.
I mean, I love your enthusiasm. I really do. You may never hear from us again. Let's put it that way.
We'll be fine. We're going to do our best. I'm going to be very well behaved because we've got a whole tour coming up. So if you are in Manchester, Brad and I are here. We're also going to be joined by friends of the pod, Becky Dark, Rob Watts, Adam Robinson. There's going to be a whole group of us here hanging out. And then from Monday, that's Monday the 9th, we're going to be going on tour. As I said, if you are in or within reach of Liverpool, Edinburgh, Newcastle, York, Leeds, any of these places, please come and check out evolutionofhorror.com/events. Grab your ticket for an event happening near you. Join us, hang out with us, watch some awesome movies with us. I absolutely cannot wait. But in the meantime, let's do Grimmfest. Let's head to a pub, Bradley. Thank you so much.
Cheers, mate.